Hello, welcome to Curious Life. Today we're going to need to do a bit of a house reset because it's been quite the couple of weeks for us and there has been almost no cleaning done in that time. So even though it could be a lot worse, the house is just feeling a little oppressive and cluttered and I need to get a handle on it again. I also want to talk a little bit about routines and the expectations we place on ourselves too, because needless to say I still haven't quite managed to settle into my routines this year and it's already March. So we are nearly a quarter of the way through the year and I don't feel like I've managed to get going yet. Anyway, shall we get started? I've decided to work on the main rooms that have become a problem this week, which is the kitchen, living room and my office, and I'm just going to work through them one by one, and I'm starting with the kitchen, which is always the place that gets messiest the fastest in this house. So while I get started by popping some laundry on and giving the kitchen sink a good clean, I'll introduce myself in case this is your first time here. I'm Issa and I make intentional living and homemaking content with my wife Blaze. We usually follow cleaning routines and often talk about them on this channel, but no matter what I do, I just cannot seem to settle into these routines this year, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Right now, I'm cleaning the kitchen because not only is this the room that gets the messiest very quickly in this house, it's also the room that seems to have the biggest effect on the house overall. If the kitchen is messy, then you can guarantee that the rest of the house will follow into chaos too. I think for me, the kitchen is a really good measure of how well I'm keeping up with the house chores or not. And needless to say, it has not been very tidy recently. Both of us came down with a really awful cold. You might be able to hear the end of it in my voice still. I got it first, so I am definitely on the mend now, but Blaze caught it from me and she is a few days behind me and is still suffering. It was a pretty nasty one and it's lasted a couple of weeks, and the house was just not a priority during that time. But now I'm feeling better, I need to get back on top of it, which is why I'm doing a little reset to get back to normal. So after the sink and giving the sides a quick clean, followed by the stove, which definitely needed doing, I can just sort out a few extra things, which included running the descale cycle on the coffee machine. The kitchen isn't terrible, but things like this have lapsed a little. The coffee machine has a light that comes on when it needs a clean, and it's been blinking at me every time I make a coffee for weeks now. I can't believe I live in a world where my kitchen appliances start yelling at me to clean them, but this is how it is. It's not even a difficult thing to do, it just takes a little time. So I set the cleaning cycle to run while I was cooking us some lunch. nearly clean, I just want to get all of these microfiber cloths folded and then vacuum the floor. I'm not mopping the floor today, I'm just vacuuming. Cora, our dog, is going on holiday tomorrow, so I'll do another vacuum and mop then because I like to make the most of having clean floors while she's away. We never have clean floors for more than about 2 minutes at a time, so it's always a bit of a novelty to experience that when she isn't here. I will still miss her though. Dirty floors are worth having her company. And when I say holiday, it's not some euphemism for anything nasty like the vet or anything like that. Our dog does actually have more holiday time than we do. We have a friend and she adores him, and he loves her too. So when he has a few days off work but isn't actually going anywhere, he likes to borrow her, and they have a great time together having lots of walks. It works out really well for us as well, because we can time when we want to go away occasionally at that time as well. The kitchen was probably the biggest part of cleaning that needed doing today, so I am really glad that that's done. I'm also giving the hallway a quick vacuum before moving on to my office. On the whole, this room doesn't get too bad, but my desk is an absolute mess. Clutter just seems to gather here so bad. It's partly because when I'm in my office, it's because I have a deadline or I'm editing a video, so I'm mostly focused on getting that done rather than keeping things tidy. But I also struggle with feeling motivated if the desk's a mess, so I can't really win. The last room I wanted to focus on was our living room. This is the room that has seen the most use while I've been ill, but it's mostly been just me asleep on the sofa or watching YouTube videos really, so I have not done anything hugely productive while I've been sick. So it just needs a good tidy, a vacuum and a dust. I'll be decorating for spring in a few weeks, so I can give the room a really good deep clean then. Right now I just want to make it feel a little lighter and fresher by tidying up the clutter, dusting and vacuuming. I am hoping to get back into a sensible routine again soon, so I should be keeping on top of things a little better. But it really has been a struggle this year. It was going really well with me trying the baby step routine that I talked about in a video a couple of weeks ago, but I stopped doing that when I got ill and I only managed to get a couple of weeks into the routine. And it can be really difficult to be kind to ourselves, especially when plans fail, or more specifically our routines fail us. But that's life and it happens from time to time, and it is something that I'm learning to accept. So rather than beat ourselves up when things don't work out, it's better to accept that things have changed or haven't worked out and work on the situation we're in rather than trying to live up to a life or routine that isn't the reality right now. So I was wondering what I was going to do with my baby step routine. I was wondering if I should start again from where I left off or just start all over again. I'd love to hear what you do when you have a break in routine for whatever reason and how you get back into your routines. For now, I think I've decided to restart the baby step routine completely from day one. And I also want to get back into releasing my daily mini clean shorts, so I figured I could do both at the same time. I'm not going to start them right now, but in a few days when my energy levels are back up, I'm going to restart the baby step routine, and I'll film it as shorts so you can follow along if you want to see how that goes. Anyway, that is my house reset complete. I hope you enjoyed the video. The house feels so much lighter now and it's lovely to be in. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely day.